everybody, man. It's your boy JK, man. Today is Thursday, so you already know what it is. It's Tackle Thursday with JK live on IG. And y'all know when I'm strictly live, solely only on IG, that means I got a special guest with me. And today is no different, man. Y'all got to tune in. All my TSU alum, all my Howard alum, all my band fanatics, musicians. Y'all got to tune in today, man, because our special guest is a Renaissance man, can do talents of many, do amazing things, man. And so I'm gonna go ahead and introduce him even more and bring him on, man. To me, he's my LB, he's my brother, root to the good bros, you know. But to you, he might be your professor at TSU. He might be your middle school educator. He might be your favorite musician in Nashville, in America, in the world, man. Let me bring on my friend, man. Jonathon J. Neal on the trumpet. Neal, man. I'm going to go ahead and bring that boy in. Make sure I get him in this thing. There we go. Make sure I get that boy in. I just sent out the request. J. Neal. Yo!
Oh,
What's up with you, dog?
man, I'm good. Root to the good bros.
Hey, root to the good bros, bro. How you doing, bro? Appreciate you getting on, bro.
I'm good, man. I'm just, chilling at the crib. Got a rest day after the gig last night.
Yeah, man. How did that go, man? Last night, man. You and
It
your
was
band, Brassville, man.
it was wonderful, man. It was a packed house, man. We had about 150 people in there. Starlito performed with us. Flute Bay.
Okay.
So we had a really good time last night.
Hey, now when I don't be joking. You know, what I'm saying, I be getting a little, it's not a joke though. I'm serious. Like y'all the band of the city, bro. Like what I'm saying, the band of Nashville. Like y'all the move, bro. So hey, salute to y'all on that, man. We definitely gonna get into that. You know what I'm saying in the show, man. But I definitely want to just kick it off. One say thank you for joining me today, man. And one just really kick it off like allow people to get to know you a little bit more. Tell them who you are, where you're from, bro. So I just want to give you the opportunity to do that.
For sure, for sure. Well, I'm Jonathon Neal, from Chicago, Illinois. That's where I grew up as an adolescent. Went to college in Washington D.C. at Howard University. Got my Bachelor of Music from there. Studied trumpet, mostly music education. From there, after I graduated, I moved to Nashville in 2018. And recently got my master's degree in curriculum and instruction from
Yes, sir.
State University. So I'm happy about that. I've been teaching in Nashville public schools for a year. And got a band out here, kind of really getting my grounded out here in Nashville. So that's
Yeah.
it.
Hey man, y'all you rolling, bro. I'm talking about, you know what I'm saying, accomplishment after accomplishment, man, and you know what I'm saying, just reaching new heights, aiming high, going to new levels, man. So salute to you on that, man. So you say you're from, you know what I'm saying, you're from Chicago. Man, how was it like just growing up? Like how did you come into music in general, man? Like, being in the band, playing the trumpet, like how did you come into that? Just that passion of yours with music.
Well, my passion for music really started with my daddy. My daddy is a piano player. Self-taught musician from Arkansas, Wynn, Arkansas. And so, just growing up and watching him play in the church, that music was always in my face. My mother sings, so like I have a really like music was always growing up. So I appreciate my parents for that. But then I started playing trumpet when I was 9 years old. It was about fourth or fifth grade. I can't remember when it was, but nine,
Yeah,
that's 20 some years ago. But
definitely.
I do remember the exact moment that I decided that I wanted to play trumpet though. And the story is different than most people's story. But my parents, they got me. I don't know if you remember, like it was a Nickelodeon clock. It
Okay.
was like and it was like a '90s clock. It had a bunch of different sounds on it. One of the sounds for the alarm was a trumpet, and
Mm.
I told myself, like, once I saw like them bring the instruments to the school, I
Yeah.
I want to play what my alarm clock is.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Reason why I chose trumpet. My daddy wanted me to play saxophone, but I was like, nah, I want to play trumpet because I wanted to play arm sound. Ask me if I ever learned how to play that. Probably not,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I remember exactly being that moment that I got into it. And then high school, I had a band director named Philip Cruz. Like he was real for me, and like he pushed me like to like really like absorb music and make me understand how serious music was. And so from there, I started to win awards and stuff in high school, and I just kept it pushing after that.
Man, definitely, and and it's crazy just the inspiration. I think just hearing like your parents getting you that Nickelodeon, they're probably getting it to you for Nickelodeon. I mean, obviously your parents were into music as well, so I'm pretty sure that played a factor. But not knowing like the inspiration that clock in itself, and that's why I feel like just as people, we could pull inspiration from anywhere or anything, and that's so powerful because from a simple clock, bro, you
Right.
doing that now, as an adult. And I think like man, getting to know you more and being around you and learning more about music, like how you say you was engulfed in music. That's how I grew up with sports. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And so when you was telling me like, yo, my brother, and he went to state, he won state. I'm like, hold on, bro, they got the state for instrument. I know you people going to state on your Letterman jackets for sports, like, but in Chicago and I'm pretty sure in other states they going to state for playing an instrument. Can you talk to us a little bit about that, man?
Yeah. Well, I went to state playing trumpet in 2008.
Okay.
Probably never told y'all that, but yeah,
Yeah.
I went to state playing trumpet in '08 for jazz. And that experience specifically is the one that like locked me in,
Mm.
like really like playing trumpet and like sticking with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, my baby brother, like he was like the only at the time because he about to be a senior this coming year, I think. And but when he was a freshman in high school, he was the only tuba player to like go to like state and represent the district or whatever. But yeah, there are state competitions there, so there's district competitions, regional, and then the state competition. Same with sports.
Yeah.
We just have to play. You have to play well. Um,
Mm.
and
Okay.
that so a classical side and a jazz side. I went for jazz. My brother went for classical music.
Gotcha.
Um, Now, when I got to college, though, I started playing classical music, studying under Fred Irving III at Howard, and that kind of like really like got my trumpet playing to where it was, just because of what he taught me. But yeah, man, it's really no different as far as sections go for instruments,
Well,
just idiom.
gotcha, man. And that opens, it opened my eyes, bro, because I think growing up in a heavy sports family and playing sports myself and cousins, uncles, you kind of think like, oh, that's the only way or that's what you do. And you know what I'm saying? Like I say, man, getting to know you and you exposing me to that. It's opening my eyes to realize like, oh, it's so many other things and it's God blesses us with so many different what I'm saying gifts that hey you ain't just gotta go hoop like like you like hooping too though but your passion is music and it's you could go to school and do great things man and so many different things it's just really finding your niche man and man that's definitely a blessing man so growing up in Chicago found the passion for music, going to state with music. And you end up leaving Chicago, going to DC, going to Howard, man. Like, how was that experience playing at Howard, man?
Man, Howard molded most of the experiences that I have in music. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
really honed my skills. Like I said, I studied with Fred Irby III. He was my trumpet teacher, and like I spent most of my time in the fine arts building at Howard. I know a lot of people talk about Howard being like this big party school and all of that. I did a lot of partying But like outside of that, like I spent most of my time in the fine arts building. That's why when like people ask me if I know somebody from Howard, I'm like, nah, not really, because I literally stayed inside
Yeah,
time. Um, but yeah, it was. I played a lot of classical music. Like during the holiday season, you might see stuff like the Messiah by Handel or something like that, or like during the Easter season. Just a lot of different things on class.
yeah,
And that's how I ended up with like 6 different trumpets in my house. Like I play a whole bunch of different trumpets because I studied the classical idiom in music. But then I also did, the contemporary side. I played in gospel bands, played in this band called Future Band DC, and I actually played in a brass band out in DC as well called DuPont Brass. And like that like they're still booming right now. Um,
yeah,
things, but yeah, like I played a lot. I played in theaters, in the pit, go see a play or something. Like I was doing that. And that specific gig right there, every musical gig requires um like perfection. But those gigs, because in those things live, those
yeah,
plays, you expecting it to sound just like you going to a movie. So
yeah. I
I was
got you.
perfect for 9 weeks. Um, like I mean, I was getting broke off too. Like
Yeah,
that,
yeah, yeah. Getting that bread. Yeah,
loving that. But I had to be perfect for 9 weeks, and we were playing 6 days a week, twice on Sundays.
mm,
On Monday, we Tuesday through Sunday, twice on Sunday, and like I did that for 9 weeks, man. And that, but those, man, like really honed my skills and like made me stick with it. I always knew I wanted to play music.
yeah,
Like out of high school, I mean, before I got out of high school, like, I was into science and stuff like that.
yeah.
Once I got to college and got to Howard, Howard and Howard's professors made me love music. At a
Mm,
and Dr. Randolph, like the first thing he said to us was music is business, and like like that has stuck like 2008. So I appreciate that what I learned at Howard, because now I can take that and teach others.
definitely, man. Hey, so and I'm gonna get because you hit on the question I want to ask. Just about your just with HBCU. You know what I'm saying? Just that whole experience, man. But before I get to that, bro, I want to go back to this. You said that there are different trumpets. Like I'm just thinking that one trumpet, bro. Like you got a trumpet, you got a trumpet. So like and that's why I like to have different guests on, and what I'm saying, because when people listen and I listen, I want to be educated, informed, enlightened. So like, can you just share a little bit of like the different trumpets?
Yeah. So the trumpet that I play that y'all mostly see from me
Yeah.
in the videos and stuff like that, like it's a B flat trumpet. Like
Okay.
that's the standard trumpet. That one is just a little bigger because it's a commercial horn, meaning playing
Mm,
music and things like that. I have a smaller one. It's also a B flat trumpet that I play my classical music with. That I
okay.
most of my teaching with.
Yeah.
Here, I also have a piccolo, which is in the key of A. That's really small, very high pitched, flugelhorn. It's just trumpet, but it has a mellow sound to it. I have an E flat trumpet. The E flat trumpet, in the key of E flat, used for mostly classical stuff.
Yeah.
Um, and a C trumpet. I have a C trumpet as well, which is also used for classical stuff. So it's just each instrument, holds its place for
Yeah.
music that I play.
And oh, I'm telling you, bro, you. I know if people listening probably ain't know nothing about those trumpets, but
Right.
that's why I'm like, hey, get on Taco Thursday, bro, because it's hey, you gonna learn something, and because and it could be from a totally different world. So for me, what it sounds like with the trumpets are like different cleats. Like you got speed cleats, you know what I'm saying? You got, you know what I'm saying? You got might have the speed cleats, speed TDs. You might have long you got screw ins, you got molded. You might have longer cleats to wear on when it's wet so you can get more traction. You might have the molded ones when you playing on turf. So in my mind, I'm like, as an athlete, I know what the differentiation between the different cleats and the purposes,
Yep.
But it's good to see that the same principle really applies to music and to trumpet and everything like that, man. And so, and I appreciate that, man, that education right there, man. So with HBC, so with you went to Howard, all
Mm.
right. So graduated from Howard. So not only did you graduate from Howard, but then you came to TSU, got your master's. So you a double HBCU grad. So I'm a single. I got my undergrad at MT, which I'm proud of, bro. But I'm not even gonna lie, bro. That TSU, Tennessee State University HBCU master's degree hit way harder, bro. And I think you hit on it when you talked about professors, the experience and what the professors meant to you, what they did for you, and what they input, you know what I'm saying, planning in you for what you were studying, man. Can you talk to a little bit more about like why like the pride you take in graduating from two HBCUs?
Yeah. So for me, HBCUs and the professors at HBCUs, the black ones especially, it's about for them that they're able to relate to their students, and
Mm,
I think that's the most important thing in education. Like we get caught up in trying to get tenure and do all of these things for ourselves, but really you're teaching because you want to teach those students. And the students or the professors at HBCUs, they are able to meet the student context. All right.
mm,
So they care more.
yeah,
So
I
that,
agree.
or they should care. Howard in the music department, they care. I will say that that they care there, and it was that for me really important. And that's why like I have like it's always been a goal of mine to teach that. But yeah, graduating from two HBCUs like made double the impact for me to want to be there all times because our students they deserve the rigorous instruction that you get at a PWI.
Mm-hmm.
Because they gonna give it to you PWI, but they not gonna have that special attention and care that they have for the students that are the same color as them. And that's
Yeah,
the fact. Like we can try to sit here and ignore or like just kind of beat around the bush when it
yeah,
comes like the lines and things like that. But that's true. Like the black teachers um cater they are able to understand those black students because of where they came. And so and a lot of the HBCUs are right in the middle of the hood anyway.
in the hood.
So like you get students from all walks of life.
Yeah,
Uh, it's a lot of Jack and Jill students at Howard, but it's also a lot of underprivileged students at Howard. Like a lot of people like to talk about the Jack and Jill students a lot and why Howard is so bougie. I ain't come from that though.
yeah,
Like I didn't come from like rock bottom either. Like I never had a want, or or I never like really needed something parents couldn't give me.
yeah,
You like, but in like we still like we came up, in
yeah,
this area, and so we had professors that could relate to coming up in a city like that, and so able to have professors at both of these cater to my needs really important to me. That was why I was like I didn't even consider going to another school. I was like I have two of my degrees. I want to get a third one, but two of them have to come from an HBCU.
nah, definitely, man. I totally agree, man. I see Rev Charles. Oh, that's your dad,
That's
I think, man. Hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, salute to your daddy, man. He said students like to see teachers who looks like them, man. Facts, man. I totally believe that, man. And being at TSU, bro, like it was like they brought their personality to the classroom, bruh. Like they didn't say, you know what, I'm Jeremy 24/7, but when I walk into this classroom, I gotta be, Professor Jeremy. And I gotta, you know what I'm saying? No, they brought their personality, their charisma, and they was able to relate and to your point, know the struggle that we may be going through or know the ups and downs. Even my teachers who were Arabic, or you know what I'm saying, even Caucasian at TSU, it was a whole different vibe. Like they really cared as well. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? And so and I had teachers at MTSU that cared, But I did run into teachers that I could tell looked at me totally different. You know what I'm saying? And I was just a number in the classroom. But definitely, man. And so talking about you wanting to have, just learning from these professors and appreciating how they are, man. Shout out to you. You a professor now, bro, at TSU, man. Congrats, salute to you on that. Talk about that this opportunity, man, coming up in this fall, or maybe you already started. But talk about that, man. Professor Neal.
Yeah, man. So being a professor, definitely something that I've wanted to do since I left Howard, or like kind of got really going at Howard
Yeah.
because teacher there. I wanted to be able to give students that type of instruction that I received. Uh,
Mhm.
I think that is like super important. Like the job came out of nowhere. But regardless of the details of it, like
Yeah.
I'm opportunity. I definitely appreciate it. But yeah, being a professor, man, it's my life changed like in like 48 hours when it happened. Like it was like I had to shift my focus. I still had a couple weeks of summer left.
Yeah.
Like drop everything and like really get focused.
Yeah.
So like working on getting my classical chops right because what's important to me is for me to be able to give my students the proper instruction. Like that is important to me, and because I can relate. There's a bunch of kids from Atlanta in the band at T,
Mhm. Yeah.
and I can relate to the way that they grew up. Uh, I can relate to a lot of them are really good musicians, and so I can't drop the ball by not doing what I need to do. You
Yeah.
know, get my practice in. I'm starting private lessons again with
Mm.
the Professor Trumpet at University of Kentucky in September. So
That's
like
good, man.
I'm really honing in on sharpening my skills again. I want them to get back to the way they were before I left Howard. And so that's just really important. And then but you have to work like doing the work. Music is serious business, so I have to do the work to
Mm.
make students are getting what they need. The pedagogy has to be there. The
Yeah.
methods have skill in the area. They all have to be there. And so, I just got to make sure that I work and also make sure that I'm able to take care of my students because to some of them, I will be like a father to them. And
Yeah.
you know,
Facts.
some of them are like, I'm older than, what I'm saying, I'm not in my 20s no more. So I'm older than most of the students in
30 Club.
there, man. So I'm older than all of the students there. So I don't have to worry about age being a thing. There are some that knew me when I was in the grad program, and so they
Yeah.
got Big Brother J Neal or whatever.
Mhm.
But I still was able, as a grad assistant, to make that separation. Like, hey, like I'm here to work. I
Yeah.
here, like I love y'all. But like I take care of y'all, but we still here to work. We still here to get rigorous instruction, and that's really important.
Definitely, man. You said something, man, that I believe as just being an educator, man, regardless of level, elementary all the way up to the collegiate level, that a lot of times as an educator, we will put all the weight on and the blame on the kids. Like, oh, the kids ain't getting but and we tell them that you got to study and you got to prepare and you got to get better. But the question is, what are we as educators? Are we entering the class prepared? Are we entered? What did we do this summer? Did we attend any, PDs or things that self personal development? Like, what are we doing that when we enter into this classroom for this new year? What are you bringing to the table? Because really, your students, at the end of the day, they are a representation of you to a certain extent. You know what I'm saying? So, are you getting better? Are you trying to relate better or understand your scholars that you're teaching, and are you bringing something to the table that's an extra tool that they can put in their bag that's gonna make them elite as people? And you also talked about just really building relationships, like with your students. And a lot of times people are just thinking it's strictly about the content, and content is important. You know what I'm saying? But if there's no relationship, the kids ain't gonna. There's no buy-in. There's no commitment to what you're doing. People will go above and beyond, students will go above and beyond for you, even if they don't like the subject. if they got a relationship with you, if they know that you care for who they are as people, bruh. So, man, so not only are you doing it now on the collegiate level as a professor, bro, you a middle school educator. So talk about that going into your second year, working in Metro as a middle school band instructor, man. How's that going, man?
Yeah, it's going well. Last year, in Metro, like it was virtual at first, and then
Yeah,
came like this hybrid model. So I did have some students in the building, but this year we'll have all the students back. Whether or not I think it's safe or not ain't really up to me. But
nah,
um, I am gonna make sure that these kids like really get back to playing their instruments and doing what they fun to like. 'Cause
yeah,
there are some that are really serious, but it's mostly fun to them. I see somebody ask where I
yeah.
teach
Where
at.
you teach at?
IT Creswell, visual. It's the IT Creswell Middle School of the Visual Performing Arts now. Like the name changed over the.
Whoa, yeah, that's a long. That's a long. You can't put that on the shirt.
Yeah, man.
Hey, that's good though, man.
Who just received a grant? Like it was one of four schools to receive a $14.5 million grant spread out over 5 years.
Yeah,
So what I teach there, I teach band and I also teach recording studio. So we are the middle school in the Middle Tennessee area with a recording studio.
yeah,
So what I'll be doing with that, we got some MacBooks on the way, we got some MIDI keyboards on the way.
that's good.
The kids are basically doing like what I do in my room all day is
Yeah,
like I'm gonna teach them basics of
yeah,
how to record music. How to they love music. This like all of this stuff is accessible, so we might as well teach them the right way to use it. And
most definitely.
that's what I'm doing with my kids this year. The band kids, like soon as we start August 10th, like after I learn everybody new,
Yeah,
like next day I'm passing out instruments and they gonna be right back on their faces because we don't have time to waste. Like they had 2 years out touching their instruments,
yeah,
so they have to get back in shape. And so
definitely.
that's what's gonna be happening this year. We're probably gonna do maybe two concerts, but definitely one concert like with all the other arts at the school, just to show one that it is an art school, and
Yeah,
so we have to put some type of concert on. But these kids, like, this is what they're coming for, and so we got to make sure we get them right.
and this was crazy, man. Bruh, you're a gym, dog. Like GM, like you're a gym at that school, and the kids and their parents, they probably don't even realize that, bro. To have someone who double HBCU grad, played in the band at HBC at Howard, then worked with the band at TSU, then you got your own band. You know what I'm saying? Professional trumpet player, bro. All of this in middle school, bruh. So it's like, man, the kids that really buy in and invest, though, are being blessed by your expertise, your experience, your commitment, bro. And man, so salute to you, bro. Just on what you doing, man, because I truly believe you gonna create some monsters, you know what I'm saying, out of that. You might not see the fruits of it, because they in middle school, but it's gonna be years later. They're gonna come find you. What big time, Jay Neal? Like, hey, I remember you was my instructor, you know what I'm saying, in middle school, man. So I got two jits, man. In Florida we call IT as jits, man. But I got two kids, bro. And I want to introduce them to multiple things, man. Sports, even I was talking to somebody about coding, and I put a question in here about music, man. So like, what is it that I can do, or other parents that may be listening or that see this, that they could introduce or put their kids in to see if they have a some type of inclination or gravitation towards music.
Yeah. So the important thing, and I don't have any kids, but
Yeah,
just as a educator, my philosophy is that everybody has the ability to be creative, and so you have to you have to eliminate what you want your kids to do is a lot. And like you said, you're gonna do introduce everything. That's the important thing. And then you let them choose from there. Don't restrict it and tell them, oh, I just want them to play basketball, so I'm gonna put a basketball in their hands. It might work out, you know what I'm saying? Because anybody can, so you don't have to necessarily have the natural talent to play basketball to be a professional. Like if you do the work, get there.
Yeah.
Children are very malleable, but the thing is you have to understand that everyone has the ability to be creative, and so parents give your kids the opportunity by introducing them to multiple things, sports, like you said, coding, engineering, um, the cooking, and music, like all things. There's a whole lot of things that are it's an infinite amount we can do as human
Yeah.
beings. Just about really introducing it at a young age and allowing to have some type of agency over what they want to do.
Nah, hey, I appreciate that advice too, man, because I even like when I had my homeboy Ernest on, man, and he was giving me some game, just on how he worked with his I think he said his daughter like 7. How he when she's playing sports, he just try to make it a game more so than I'm out here teaching her. Like try to make it a game. And so to you, man, just allow my kids to my mama, she said good advice. Like real talk, like allow my kids to be creative. Salute to my mom and my dad. That's what they did. Like they exposed me to so many different, 3 different sports. Then they sent me to the Boys and Girls Club, which was exposure alone, playing hockey. But I'm also we going to the art room. We learn how to, what I'm saying, like even in school, home ec. I learned how to, sew. Like I even be sewing some stuff. I get a hold in something. I know how to sew. So just I'm really about making sure your kids are well-rounded people,
Yeah,
individuals, bro. And so, man, hey, so salute to everything you're doing with education, bro. That's one thing, about you, man. When I first met you, like you own it on grammatical errors and all, bro. Like I know when I'm texting JP, I better have my comma, I better have my capitalization, but that makes me better, being an educator, knowing that, hey, look, you gotta move in excellence, you know what I'm saying? And man, hey, you talked about cooking, hey. My dog Jay Neal, man, hey, a monster on the grill. He is the grilling bros, you know what I'm saying? The hopping bros, the singing bros, the everything bros, you know what I'm saying? But my boy be throwing down on there too, man. So I want to transition to really, you and just music and the instrument. We talked about, the different trumpets and stuff like that. My favorite movie, bro, is Drumline, bro. Right? So hence the title tackling, halftime is game time. But it goes with you though, you know what I'm saying? I played the trombone, bro, in 9th grade, dog. Right? Yeah. So I played the trombone, bro, and obviously we know you play the trumpet. But what other instruments do you play, man?
I played drums for a while. Like I started playing drums like a year after I started playing trumpet. And I did that for a while I was still at home in Chicago. I did it in church. I took lessons for a few weeks. Uh,
Yeah,
what happened to the teacher? I think he got fired or something. He just stopped going after that. But
yeah.
yeah, I was playing drums in the church, man. My daddy was playing piano, playing organ, and I was playing.
Okay.
And like he used to like be looking at me and like tell me to drive that beat to make sure.
Yeah,
I used to be like in tears, so mad because I
yeah,
couldn't get it right. But that just came from like the seriousness of music and like driving it. So I play drums a little bit. I ain't touched the drum set in so long though.
yeah.
I can dabble on piano. Like I play piano well enough to write music, but like
Uh,
nobody listening should ask me to come play piano for.
like you know what? I need a piano player at my wedding,
Yeah,
so hey, you can do that.
I promise I ain't gonna be able to do that. But I mean, to graduate from undergrad, I had to learn how to play every instrument. Um,
Mm,
that's I don't know what they do now in music ed for
yeah.
undergrad. But that was a requirement back then. So that's a
Wow.
cool thing. Like a lot of band directors talk about that. It's like I had to learn how to play every instrument. I don't think they do that no. Uh,
Yeah.
no, and I think that is like that kind of trickles down into why like music get taken out of schools because these band directors not good enough. But
Mm,
story for another day.
yeah.
Yeah, like I think just yeah, I play drums, so drums, keys. Um, I think that's it. Like I mean, and I could play the other instruments just to teach them.
To teach, yeah. Nah,
That's
that's dope, man. That's dope. That's real, man. So speaking of drumline, bro, like being a football player, like somebody might ask me, like, what did I think about, certain football movie? And I might be like, bro, like I love All American, bro, right? But the football in it, no, bro. Hey,
awful.
it's not good. Or the TV show, The Game, they used to be on CW. I love the show, but they got receivers out there and lineman cleats. Because I know the ins and outs. So I'm like, nah, they could have did better with the football, right?
Yeah,
So with Drumline, bro, like that's my movie. Like Nick Cannon, nice on the snare. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to read music. So what you think about Drumline, like as a musician?
I hate that movie, dog.
Oh no,
I can't stand it, man.
what?
Like it. I understand like the purpose that it serves
Yeah.
because when it came out, it was a surge in joining marching bands at the university level. Like after
Okay.
look like if you were to study like what the bands looked like before that and they looked like from like 02, 102 to like 05,
Yeah.
huge because
Yeah.
of the movie, and so I can separate like what I think about the movie and understand the impact that it made.
Okay. Yeah.
Movie, I understand the movie, man. They did have some. It's a lot of people from AOB that were in the movie, that were actually playing the instruments and stuff like
Okay.
yeah. Like what was happening during band camp specifically was such a like small portion of what really goes on during band camp.
Yeah.
But like it made people think that okay, this is cool. Like this is probably doable. It, in reality, most people probably wouldn't even be able to last through like the band camp that I went through.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. Yeah.
kids now they kind of go through what they went through in the movie, like real,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying? But like when I came up in band, like I had to be on the field at 4:45 in the morning.
Yeah.
Like my first day though, I ain't get there till 5:18 because I
No,
up,
you where was your roommate? Your
bro,
roommate was supposed to wake you up.
football player. So it was all bad, bro. Like, and he hadn't even got there yet. So I went there, man. I talked to Mr. Newsom. He's a retired band director at Howard, and
Yeah,
like, yeah, I lied, and I was like, yeah, I was sick this morning. He was like, I done heard it all. I done
heard it all.
get on the field, like, so it was hilarious, man. But yeah, it was yeah, but like drumline is like a microcosm of what really happens in.
Okay, yeah, yeah, man. Hey, you couldn't tell me nothing, man. You couldn't tell me Devin Miles wasn't nice on the
Man,
snails, dog. You know
so
what I'm saying? But I definitely understand that too, man. And I definitely, towards the end, definitely want to transition to, man, what y'all doing, what you're doing with your band, that you're a part of, Brassville, man. Y'all, when I say y'all killing the scene, y'all performing at, everywhere. When I brought my wife and my kids, we went out there for the Juneteenth event, rocking. I forgot the other spot we went to, like right before the pandemic, man. Then y'all been playing. What was the name of the spot y'all been playing at?
third and Lindsley.
Third and Lindsley's. Y'all hit up there all July, bro. So talk to us, like, how did the band come together? Like, how did y'all get started? Tell us a little bit about who and what Brassville is, bro.
Yeah, so Brassville, like we local band here in Nashville. We probably like worldwide now because we have music everywhere.
Facts.
But yeah, we started in 2019.
Mhm.
Um, uh, when I got here in 2018, my guy, my homeboy, Larry Jenkins, assistant band director at CSU
Mhm.
Howard, and we both played in DuPont Brass together in DC.
Okay.
Here, and I hit him up as soon as I got here. I was like, "Look, bro, like it's money to be made out here. We need to do something." And, we kind of experimented with some things at CSU. He got in contact with our tuba player Nate. We all sat at the table and was like, "Yo, like let's like really create something." So
Yeah.
like everybody, it made sense because everybody that's in the band played in a movie in a short film. I was about to say, but it's not a mini movie. It's a
Yeah.
short
Uh huh.
called Dead.
Uh,
Shout
say that again. Say that again. You kind of went out a little bit. I want everybody to hear it.
out, it's a short film called Message Red. Uh,
Okay.
Shout out to Spencer and Karis. They were over that film. And Larry, he wrote the score for the film, and he had me playing. Nate played tuba in that joint. Marvelous, the trombone player, he played in that joint. The other trombone player, Marcus, played. Like everybody that's in the band played in the movie. And so,
Mm.
after that, we all like was like, man, let's like go play. Our first real time together was at the NFL draft. Like we outside, we was just playing in the street just to
Yeah.
see it mesh. We just made a couple bucks. The name comes from Nate, like kind of like created this playlist called Brassville on YouTube for music for us to listen to, and,
Okay.
and we just might as well name the group Brassville, bro, because this is super dope. Like argument against that. So that's how we came about, and now we just like we put in work like during the pandemic, like when it first started, we were rehearsing. We wasn't doing nothing, but we was writing music and
Yeah.
let's try to like so let's work on this sound and make sure that we can play well. We had two gigs before the pandemic hit. I think the one that y'all came to was the first one that we did. It was at the studio SIR.
Yeah. That's the one.
Yeah, and we just had it was like a Brassville kickback. That was the name of it. Then we did a brunch after that, Black Excellence brunch after that. Man, it was so lit. And then the pandemic hit right after that.
Yeah.
Down, but we continued to work. I saw a lot of people saying during the pandemic, like, man, when I come out the pandemic, I'm about to be doing work. Like, no,
Yeah.
not doing work during the pandemic. You're not about to come out of it on top. Like,
Yeah.
it's working, and we decided
That.
about to continue to do work. Like in the middle of the pandemic, like just socially distancing and all of that, but like really putting in that work. And we came out like once stuff started to open up we was like, man, let's go out here, let's get this money and look where we at now. Like done produced by Ski Beats, like Ski Beats, people don't know. Beats people reasonable doubt. Uh and he's one of the current shout out but Jay Jackson, man, like excellent hip hop artist. Like he's his producer, man. So like did work with um doing work with Love Noise in the city, like Starlito. Like we just got done playing with him last night. We played with him on July 4th. So
Yeah.
we're doing a lot of work, like because of the work that we in. Music is serious business. And
Yeah.
saying that, and it's like that. It's the truth, man. We just put that work in, and so now we like really sitting on cloud nine. Just finished a residency that lasted out the whole month of July, and now we about to sit down, like kind of take a break. We got some stuff in August coming up, but like the next, like week or two, about to work on some. If we can put out some more stuff.
Yeah. Hey, man. Hey, y'all killing the game, man. Just hearing you run all of that off, man, and accomplishment, success, the gigs, the people that y'all working with, man. Salute to y'all for real, and man, those that's listening and watching, we'll watch this like they the real deal. It's no hype up or not. Hey, they are the real deal. My wife, when we left Juneteenth, she was like, man, if we knew them before we got married, we would have got them for our wedding. Like, you know what I'm saying, bro? Like, y'all rocking, y'all doing y'all thing, and you said something, bro. And I think I talked about it maybe last week, whatnot, but or when I was on the radio, I talked about like the Bible talks about Proverbs 14:23. All hard work brings forth profit, bruh. And now we can't control the profit. We don't know what the profit, you know what I'm saying? We can't necessarily control the exact results. But the fact that y'all put in that work, you know what I'm saying? And now y'all seeing profit, you know what I'm saying? Y'all seeing results, and so man, salute to y'all, shout out to y'all, man. Where can they find, you know what I'm saying? If they like, hey, when Brassville playing, when they next gig, like, you know what I'm saying, the website, IG, Facebook, you know what I'm saying? You can go ahead and drop that so they can, people can know.
On Instagram, you can follow us at Brassville, Brassville. You know, Twitter, Brassville Band. So same thing, just add band to the end of that. The website is brassvilleband.com. We all of our events posted there. Like you can buy a T-shirt from there. T-shirts $25. So just go on their website, buy a T-shirt. We get it shipped out to you immediately. Um, Man, Facebook, Brassville. So yeah, we on all social media platforms. We respond pretty quickly. Like everybody, we got 2 or 3 people that have access to the social media pages. Um,
Yeah,
and so like, as soon as you send a message, like we'll get back to you almost immediately. Just let us know what you, and if we can provide that service, then we'll do that for you.
definitely, man. And so, how can someone find you? 'Cause I know you do your own thing. You got private bookings, lessons, different thing, music ed page, all of that, man. So tell the people where they can find you individually.
Yeah, the best way to find me is right here on my Instagram, Prof Neal on trumpet. Just Prof Neal on trumpet. Uh, my Twitter is TSU Trumpet Prof. You can find me there. Yeah, you just send me a DM if you need some. Like my email, I think is attached to my Instagram. So but my email is j.iclyde.neal@gmail.com. If you need some, I do teach private lessons like virtually all over the world. Like I got a student in Minnesota right now, like that I teach
That's
10.
what's up.
And he's an excellent trumpet player at 10 years old. Uh, yeah, like
Yeah,
he's killing right
yeah,
now.
yeah,
Glad that his parents reached out to me to get him what he needs because he really loves the instrument. So
yeah. That's dope, though, bro.
yeah, those are the type of students that I'm looking for. But yeah, just you can find all of those forms. Instagram probably the best one to get in contact with me though. Like just shoot me a DM and I'll get back to you.
Nah, definitely, man, definitely, man. So like, as we come to like, anytime I end with a guest though, man, anytime on Taco Thursday, I have a segment, man. Shout out to Blood to Roots to the Good Bros. He said what up to on here, man. But he was like, man, tell him Kellem. And so I added that portion to that segment to Taco Thursday with JK, man. And basically, I give my guests, I give you any question, bro. You can ask me any question you want, man. I've been pelleting you with questions, but any question, bruh, that you got for me, dog. It could be about what we talking about. It could be about anything, man.
Man, tell the people how you got involved with football.
Oh, how I got involved with football. Got you, man. Similar to you, man. Parents, I think as far as I can remember, my parents said when I was a kid, I used to be watching football, and when the game would go on commercial, I used to go crazy, like what I'm saying, not knowing that it was a commercial. I'm like, man, y'all turned it, da 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 da, and so from that, and I used to be running around. My bed was a foot like made into like the coverage was like a yard lines. It had yard lines, so I used to run from room to room and just dive like I'm going for a touchdown, throw the ball up and catch it. And my mom was like, man, you need to, Jeremy, you need to stop running. My dad named Robert. Robert, you need to stop him from running. My dad was like, nah, we're not gonna do that because he might grow up, you know what I'm saying, and be something in football, be something in sports. And so when I got old enough, man, they went out there and signed me up, and I started playing flag and got into it that way. But I was playing football, basketball, and baseball. My parents actually thought I was better in baseball, bro, because I was competing with the kids on the same level, but I
Yeah.
was only playing when the season was in, and
Mm,
they was playing year round. So they like, son, like if you at this level with them and you don't even do it, they do it year round. Imagine if you do it year round. But it was just like my passion, that connection. It was a culture thing too, bro. Being the only black kid out there, I felt like when I made an error, it wasn't that, oh, a player made an error. It was like, oh, Jeremy, the black kid, made an error. You know what I'm saying? So I and then high school with the basketball game, y'all playing at the games, got that jump rocking. So
yeah.
it was a different vibe. And then football, the whole vibe was different. So that culture really got me, and you know what I'm saying. So that's how I got it started with football, and just was committed all the way over there, man. So, but nah, man, that's a good question though, man. Appreciate that. And so I got these last couple questions for you, bro. So who's your favorite artist, bro? Like, I
My
guess hip hop artist.
Yeah, my favorite artist is Wynton Marsalis. Wynton Marsalis is black trumpet player. Um, classical and jazz music.
Yeah,
Like yeah, for the longest since '06, he had a iPod commercial in '06, and I was like, who is that? Like playing
yeah,
like that was when the iPod had first dropped. He was
yeah,
playing cars called Sparks. He was killing it, and like I was like, who is that? My high school band director went and took us to go see him. I
yeah.
meet him back in. I met him again. I met him again in 2014, and we've been in contact ever since. But yeah, he's like my favorite artist. Only black only musician to have won a classical and jazz music, and he did that twice, 1983 and 1984, back to.
Wow, man. Hey, but you know what I'm saying, historian when it comes to that music. But that's good though, man, because you about your craft, just like if I'm talking about sports, I can go way back in the Rolodex, but I'm passionate about it. I love talking about it, but I study it and your kids, man, the people you teach and they gonna benefit from that. Like I say, bro, you are a gym dog for them kids, man. So now I know you be listening to albums, bro. I'm a play it on the radio song person. I'm a song person, but you listen to albums,
Yes.
and I truly believe like it's a calling or a gift from God to have an ear for music. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't have no ear. Somebody could sing good, and somebody could. I'm like, oh, this sounds good, but you like, nah, but you don't hear that. They hitting that note, right? So what's your favorite album, man, and why?
My favorite album is "To Pimp a Butterfly" by Kendrick Lamar. I
Okay,
he like you could just tell like the work that he put in the studio with that album. Like, and it's like the music is very is very abstract. The word that I use in music is hard, but I'm gonna
yeah,
just abstract. But like he really put the work in. And I can tell, like, I mean, his bars was top tier. Like the music he had Thundercat producing that joint. And so like it's a very musical album. And I
yeah,
play that joint back like all the time, bro. And he
got
a Pulitzer Prize for the album that he put out after that. But I think that he should have won the Pulitzer Prize for that album because like it was just it's so much more than the album they actually gave it to him for. But I
yeah.
think that the committee gave it to him because before that.
Before that one, yeah,
But yeah, like that's my favorite album of all time. I think like and that album came out in 2015, and that like when people asked me what I thought the album of the decade was from
yeah.
20, like now it was To Pimp a Butterfly for me.
Got you. And I like how you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what's crazy, man. Like, how God created us, bro. Like, He created us so uniquely because, like, how you just broke down the album, bro. Like, I get an album, I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm going through the song, but how you like, oh, man, I know what went into the production, the music, the instruments, da da da. And so, man, that's what you do, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? I can truly see like music, like really you bleed music, bro. And so I got my boy Mike, man. He a new wrong, you know what I'm saying? Right, yo,
Right
wrong month. Hey, wrong month.
here, wrong colors.
Hey, wrong colors too. Hey, for real. Hey, but he say vinyl or CD.
Man, it's vinyl for me, man. That sound. I got a bunch of vinyls like in the crib, like I get like they could probably stack up to the ceiling, bro. Like
Yeah,
so, like I like vinyls because CDs they get messed up too easy.
guys.
Vinyls they last, like especially if you take care of them. But yeah, I'm a vinyl person.
Vinyl person. All right, and then this is the last question for real. Then I'm gonna let you close this out, man, with the final words, right? And I had this on here though. So the same. So Mike, man, you know what I'm saying, right here, wrong colors and the wrong money and all that, man. But now salute to you, Mike. I appreciate the question though, bro. He said, "What's the best marching band in the land?" And you know what I'm saying, I know you biased, so you might, but in your opinion, what if you
Man,
got to take biases out?
I'm rolling. I'm rolling with ALB, man. I'm rolling with
Okay, little TSU and that thing.
ALB is the best band in the land. That's bias aside. Like I went to Howard. We was good. Like we can't really stand up to bands in the South though.
Yeah.
Like Jackson, I used to like Jackson till I heard TSU. Like
Okay.
Jackson is fluff to me.
Yeah.
Southern fluff to me. Like
So
it's ALB all the way for me.
So I'm from the, I'm saying, I'm from Florida, bro. So we got two big bands down there, like, you know what I'm saying, Bethune and Fam. What do you think they stack up?
I mean, fam is a good school. Shout out to Dr. Shelby Chipman, and Bethune is a good school too. Shout out to Dr. Wells down there, man. But I'm definitely not picking up Bethune. I'm gonna try to lay off Bethune because I'll be going in on Bethune. Like literally, like the last 3 podcasts I was on, like I was
Yeah.
in on Bethune. So I'm gonna leave
Okay.
it on. Fam is a good school. Like I do like their sound. Like they're a legendary band. You know, and their band program in general, as far as history goes for marching band, is important.
Yeah.
However, they are not what they used to be. You know, so you know, it's AOB now.
I got you.
Fam is fam. They can do what they do. You know, but they are themselves, and it's all about AOB now.
I feel you, man. Well, salute to AOB, man. I ain't gonna lie though, man. Taking grad classes, I really thought I was in the Drumline movie, bro. I was in class. I heard that band out there. I say this when they were talking about that HBCU. I'm talking about. I'm in class 9, like, oh yeah, you know what I'm saying. This is what it's about, bro. But man, I ain't gonna hold you up. You know, I know you got things to do. And I just want to give you the opportunity, bro, to just like close us out with a word of encouragement or I mean, just whatever on your heart, bro. It could be something encouraging kids about music or whatnot, man. But man, just you got the flow, bro.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So man, for me, education is something that I always want to drive home. And so like I believe in everybody going and getting higher education. Like I'm a fan of that. Like go and get the degrees, man. And like because like especially black folk, man, go and get them degrees because we need that. You know good you might like the concept of education, but that stuff is important, especially if you want to like really, you know, like really be impactful and here. But also, I mentioned this earlier, but everybody has the ability to be creative. No matter what age, it's easier for children to because they're malleable, like their brains literally like soak up any age. Like tap into that creative, that tap into that creative part of your brain and explore that and really find something you really love to do. Like don't soak around here and you know get that 9 to 5 in. It's cool to get that money. Y'all got bills to pay, but man, like tap into that creative side and really find something that you love to do.
Gotcha, man. Hey, I can't say it no better, man. You said it all. The importance of education, finding what you love to do. The whole 9, man. Y'all go ahead and follow my boy Professor J Neal on the trumpet and all, and go back and watch this on replay to get everything else he tagged about Brassville and the whole 9, man. Make sure y'all subscribe to my YouTube page, Jeremy Kellem / Win Pat Now / Win. Type that in, you'll be able to find it, man. This recording of this episode of the podcast will be up on next Thursday, man. Go ahead and start follow me, J underscore impact, JK underscore impacts, man. Continue. This is another episode of Tackle Thursday with JK, with a special guest, man, my boy Jonathon Neal, Professor. I gotta get that right. I can't leave that out. Professor Jonathon Neal, man. Go holler at him, man. He's doing amazing things in the community, in the music world in general, in education, man, and we need that, man. Just as seeing black men, black people in general in education, man. And man, appreciate y'all. Y'all have a blessed night. Hey, I appreciate you, bro. Thank you so much for getting on. Hey, this is amazing. I was enlightened. I was educated, and I can just tell, bro, all through the comments, bro. Hey, they rocking with you. They supporting you, man. So keep up the great work, dog. Have a blessed night, dog.
Too, bro.
All right, root to the good, bro.
Brew dog.
Rude, dog. All right, now.